Kim and Al. We have been planning our escape from a fast-paced corporate life since we met 10 years ago. Freedom 45. This year, we finally pulled the ripcord. We quit our jobs, sold our home in the city, bought a property in the sticks, and are building an off-grid home ourselves. We're excited to share our experience as we create our new life on the North River. So today we're working on the well. We had to extend our sand point because we were just getting air at a certain point. We know that the water level is lower in the summertime, but we extended the sand point, and even then, after a while of filtering our water and putting it in the trailer, we ran out of water again, and we were getting muddy water when we tried to push the sand point lower. So basically what Al's trying to do today is he's going to be taking off the cover, and we're just going to have to see what's going on down there. We have to take that water into the municipality and have them test it still before we can drink it. So this is only still for putting it into the trailer for showers and dishes, but it just means that we don't have to be hauling water up from the river all of the time, and the well water is likely a little bit cleaner than the water in the river. So we're considering doing a rain catchment system, which is called ground banking, but we don't know if we're going to need that yet. We want to look at the situation and figure out what we've got going on there first, and then once we know what's going on there, we can find solutions. But for now, we're just taking a look down there. We might have to put our ladder in the well and take a trip down into the mud. So wish us luck.
Give me your strength and show me your weakness. We're in this together now. We're in this together now. Give me your love and tell me your secrets. 'Cause we're in this together now. Yeah, we're in this together now. I'll keep you safe, I'll give you my everything. Even if we're falling down, even if we're falling down, all of me is yours, every part of me. 'Cause we're in this together now. You and me together now. What's the point of living if we're scared to lose each other? What's the point of living without you? Tell me now and I'll stop fighting. Tell me now and I'll stop breathing. I don't want to be here without you. Without you. Without you.
Hey folks, so your buddy Farmer Brown here. Just finished an odyssey in the well. It's to be expected. Dug wells are not particularly reliable from both a capacity perspective and nor from a quality perspective. Often they have problems with infiltration from surrounding farmer fields and things, and leaching from the surface into the groundwater. What we experienced was originally we put down the point. The well was only about 5 feet from the surface, which was great. We thought we had all this water. It was like 17 feet deep and only 5 feet down. I had this 10-foot column of water. And then what happened was, as the spring progressed, like when we first got here, maybe a couple of weeks in, when you're pumping, you get a point where it will bring water to the surface and out of the pitcher, but then it'll lose pressure and drop back down, and then you got to pump like a madman to bring it back up. So it's basically sucking air, because really we're using a sand point in the well, which is not what a sand point's for. So what we did is just lowered it first, and then same thing. Once we went through the next little bit of water, then it was sucking air again, and then we dropped it one more time, and then again sucking air. Only this time, when we took the lid off and looked down, we could see a lot of the bottom of the well. So we had basically pulled all the water out of it. So just wanted to see what was what. We took the cap off. That by itself was a chore. I took 2 pieces of aluminum strapping and used Tapcon screws to screw them right into the surface of the cap for the well, because the thing got away like a couple hundred pounds. Put a big pipe in through the 2 brackets and used that as a lever to pick the thing up and maneuver it off the top of the cap and get it off to the side like a big giant wagon wheel. And then we dropped, shout out to Kim's dad for giving us that ladder. We took a piece of it, like 2 sections apart, it's an extension ladder, and dropped it down into the well, tied it so that it wouldn't fall back on me. I went down into the well and just had an unholy battle with all this gumbo clay. Like, again, mentioned it before in other videos, this whole area is like an ocean of clay. Our neighbors dug through, I think it was 185 feet of just pure clay before they got to the aquifer they draw their water from. And the water's not, I think it's fairly rusty, like fairly iron rich. So that's why we're kind of looking for other alternatives rather than drop $18,000 to dig a well to get, you know, average water. Anyways, went down into the well, dug as much as we could, like just dug out all around the casing, because there had been some settling, and then there was quite a bit of like lime spalling, like just leaching out of the concrete over the years and settling. So dug all that out, cleaned it up. Then when we got a big rainfall, we used a tarp system and kind of half-assed jerry-rigged it so that the water ran into the well. And really that's kind of my thought now. I've been doing a little bit of reading, and we might just use the dug well. It does recharge itself a little. Like right now after the rain, it probably rose about 6 or 7 inches, so you know, a few gallons. But what I might end up doing is just using it as like a reservoir. So we'll set up a much larger, more kind of permanent sand filter using the plastic barrels that we have. And so when we have the proper roof of the house, we'll catch all the rain in the gutters, run it through some basic screens to get the sticks and leaves and bugs and things out. Then that will go down into the well, fill the well up to the tippy top, and that will be our reserve for pulling the water out and using it in the house proper. The exact system, we'll get to that when we get to it. First we need to start bringing some samples of the well water to the municipality so we can build up a record, and then they'll tell us what we'll need to do specifically to treat the water to make it drinkable. So that is the odyssey of the well. Hey folks, big day today. We just got delivery of our shed in a box. It's a 10 by 8 by 20 foot Shelter Logic, basically like a tarp frame tent. Zips up in the front and that, and it's pretty heavy duty, can handle snow and everything, and that's going to become a storage place and workshop for me.
So we decided that we need the Shelter Logic because Al has little lean-tos all over the property that we have covering up things for when it rains and just to keep the sun off of them.
Kim don't like my Bumtown tarps.
Yeah, I don't. And also, this is stronger. It's going to be able to hold up in weather, and we can actually, you know, get the snow off of it in the winter. And as well as that, we have a lot of stuff in our shipping container that is blocking the way. So the way that we set it up is we had aisles on either side, but then we have to put all of Al's bigger tools like his
table saw, chop saw, air compressor, big giant long carpenter's toolbox. Like it's all just rammed in the middle. So every time we need to get something out of the shipping container means I got to take out one or all of those things. And when I've got any kind of project that requires any one of those tools, I'm typically taking out all all or one or most of those things.
So very, very inefficient and very unorganized. So this is our solution. We're actually really excited about it. We've been noticing that a lot of people around here have similar solutions at their place. It seems like every other house. Obviously, some of our projects have taken us longer than we wanted them to, and this is partly why.
Yeah, that's really the gist of it. It's going to be the mother of all IKEA projects, because that's really what it looks like. You just open the box and there's some instructions and a boatload of parts.
Yeah, but the instructions are just like IKEA in that they are pictures. Not a lot of words, not a lot of...
international support.
Yeah. So
everybody can be equally confused regardless of where you are on the planet.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll be able to figure it out, but that's what we're doing today. Another exciting thing is we have a tractor that's being delivered tomorrow, which means that we are going to be able to start our septic bed. So after we got out here, Al and I thought we were going to hit the ground running. We thought we were going to be able to get a lot of things done.
All the things.
Yeah, we are a good team, and when we put our mind to it, we can get a lot done. We just didn't realize all the different things that we were going to run into as far as not being able to get supplies as fast as we thought. Just the fact that we had to get used to the town and figure out where we go to get things and...
Yep, and the hours are different. Right, things aren't open a lot on Sunday, if anything, limited hours on weekends, things like that. And also we did not account for some of the things like with the solar array, having to dig up and move a post, like taking things down, putting back up. We lost days here and there. And then you're at the mercy of the weather too. Some things you just can't simply do in the rain. So it is what it is. But yeah, we're taking delivery. We're quite serendipitous. I called the company asking about, just inquiring about tractors and that, and they happen to have just received a trade-in, a used Kubota 23S. It's a great little subcompact. It's got a backhoe on the back and a bucket on the front. And it's like every kid's dream who's ever played with Tonka toys.
And neither one of us have ever driven a tractor before, so we are both
tractor virgins.
Really excited.
It's gonna be fun.
Very excited. So we've got our solar done. We're going to get the septic bed done. And then the last thing, I know a lot of you have been worried about us thinking that we were going to just live in our trailer all winter long in a northern winter. That's never been our plan.
It really just boils down to how far we get, right? So it could be as rudimentary as a stick build kind of, anchor to the ground, windproof stick enclosure that we just insulate, and then we'll take it apart and recycle the wood for it. That would be worst case scenario. Best case scenario would be if we can make short work of the septic field bed, then we can also dig the foundation and get some folks to bring in and pour the slab for us, and maybe even have the frame of the house up by the time the snow flies, and then we would just park ourselves in there. Like, it wouldn't be finished inside or anything. The idea is just to have a room in which the trailer will sit, so that we're not just blowing through propane trying to heat a poorly insulated trailer. Instead, we'll have a wood stove inside that building. We'll warm the building and then really just warm the trailer up a little bit more if necessary, depending on, how cold it gets. Yep, tent time.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys later.
You drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you sleep. You don't know